What's up, guys? Brant Mayberry with Be Fit here, home of the better built bodies, home of becoming more human. This is what's up lately. I've been really hammering on the scale I've talked about before of modern concrete jungle warrior and ancestral living, and finding that perfect balance. And something that has dawned on me recently as I've started to work with a medical clinic and we've started to work with medical weight loss patients is finding a consistent balance on that scale may not be ideal, or it may not even work for a lot of people. And what I've been telling all of my new clients and my new medical weight loss patients is we can't do complete overhauls very well. A lot of us would like to have immense change right now. I would too. But the people that we do see doing complete overhauls, and by overhauls I mean like New Year's resolutions, and you go, I haven't ever worked out, haven't been watching what I eat, but now I'm going to eat 3 perfect meals a day. I'm going to go do 2 or 3 days of cardio a week, and I'm going to get up every morning at 5 a.m., even though I usually get up at 7, and I'm going to go to the gym. And very, 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 very few people actually succeed. But generally the people that do succeed at that end up relapsing anyway. And by relapse, I mean 95% of people who do a diet lose weight. And the vast majority of those 95% gain at least as much as they lost. Some ended up gaining up more, and they gain more weight. And the real problem with that long-term outlook is that it's not long-term. We don't think like, I'm going to lose this weight in 90 days and I'm going to continue this exact same thing for the next 50 years. Because a lot of people, if you saw all the lists that they had for their diet and workout for the next 90 days, you'd be like, okay, so you're going to be doing this in 5 years and in 10 years and in 30 years. And if you're under the age of 50, you're going to be doing this for like the next 50 years. And most people would go, I hope I'll want to do that when I hit my 30-pound weight loss goal in 90 days. And the reality is most people don't understand that they're not going to be perfect, because a lot of us live in the concrete jungle side of the scale, the concrete jungle environment. We do go out to eat. We do meet up with friends. We do have random nights where we want to go have a drink with somebody. And the problem is that we think we can have the slider on one little speck. Like, I want to be kind of modern concrete jungle person, but I also really want to live well, and that slider can't be in one spot, because you're going to have events, you're going to have weddings, you're going to have vacations, you're going to have a lot of these lifestyle factors that I believe most people end up failing because they don't see past that 90 days. They don't see past the 6 months. So what I've been telling all my new clients coming on board, what I have all of my existing clients doing, and what I'm getting all of my medical weight loss patients to understand is we have to make changes so ridiculously easy that they don't seem like they're going to work, because they're so easy that they're out of sight, out of mind. Because what happened is recently is we got an in-body scanner for the medical weight loss patients, and I found an in-body scan from October something, 24th, I believe, my mom's birthday, of last year. And then I just did one as I was getting certified on the in-body scanner this year, a month early of a year. So 11 months later, and I checked out both. And my progress was like 1.2% body fat lost, body fat percentage. I lost 2 pounds of body fat, and I gained 2 pounds of muscle. And I remember thinking, what did I do? What did I change? And I remember I made one huge change that didn't change my day-to-day literally at all, kind of made it actually way more enjoyable. And that was increasing my overall protein. But not increasing my overall protein in the sense like I want to eat more protein. It was I want to hit 100 grams a day of protein minimum every single day from here on out. And I want to follow the 80-20 rule. And the 80-20 rule for general dieting is 80% general dieting, 80% whole foods, and 20% foods. So when we're talking in the terms of protein, you want 80, if you're going to do 100 grams a day, you want, and I want, 80 grams of protein from good quality sources, lean meats, meat in general, fish, eggs, cottage cheese, yogurt. And one of the reasons is a lot of those foods come naturally with a good amino acid build, and you need to have a high enough L-leucine, L-isoleucine, and L-valine amino acid build, amongst a few other amino acids. And a lot of the food supplementation that's high protein today that you buy, the products we buy, I'm in love with Quest Nutrition. I usually have Quest chips, Quest bars, and I got a local supplement guy, shout out DD Gregory with Head Turner Fitness, that handles my protein for me. So I'm not opposed to having those foods, but I do want 80% of my protein, 80 grams a day, to be coming from meats, fish, eggs, cottage cheese, yogurts, those types of foods that I know are going to have a good amino acid build to keep, if not build, more muscle, which I built more muscle. So if that's 80 grams, then the other 20 grams, my 100 grams a day, is going to be from Quest bars, protein shakes, protein chips, and other protein-infused supplements. And the reality of it is I don't know the breakdown of those supplements, but I do know that having a quality amino acid profile is more costly than having a bunch of other filler amino acids. And not that we don't need those other amino acids, but there are very specific amino acids that we need to build muscle. And they're not going to be found in as highest quantities in those products as they will in whole food, because nature will provide. And that was it. My entire change was getting 100 grams of protein every single day. Sometime I did that last year. I think that was late last year because I wanted my New Year's resolution to be one simple method, and one simple method was 100 grams of protein a day, and I started that a little early last year. And I think that was the biggest change. And the year before could have also impacted that. The year before, I said my New Year's resolution is going to be one protein shake every single day. And I remember I was talking to one of my clients about that, and I said, but the biggest thing is, because she said, that seems kind of hard. And I said, yeah, but check this out. There's 365 days in a year. Let's say I fail miserably and get half the year. That's 180 days worth of protein, an extra 30 grams worth of protein. And that equated to, I think, around 10,000 grams of extra protein. Now, that's just extra muscle mass. And so that was my 2023 goal. And 2024 was the increase to 100 grams of protein per day minimum. And I try to get all of my clients and now my new medical weight loss patients on the same page. This is not something that's going to be done in 30 days, but you will feel better. You'll probably see some decent results, and you'll probably look better, and you'll probably move better. You'll probably have more energy. You'll probably breathe better. But you're not going to overhaul your entire life. But come back and see me in a year, and you're going to be a different human. You're going to feel different. You're going to weigh different. You're going to look different. And you're going to go, I'm not really doing anything. I'm not trying, you know? I used to have to think about meal prepping, what I was going to eat for lunch, doing all of these 24-hour-a-day processes, like calculations in your mind on how to actually enhance your health. Following religious diets. None of that stuff works as well as minute micro changes, getting those habits in place, and maybe stacking one. Maybe you start with something like, well, I don't sleep well, so I've heard from Brant, the expert, that you go outside and you get a little sunlight in your eyes every morning, and eventually, after 3 days, you start actually balancing your circadian rhythm. And maybe if I get more sleep at night, I won't have as many hunger cravings. And maybe if I don't have as many hunger cravings, I won't give in to as many hunger cravings. And then maybe over like a 3-month span, I didn't realize it because I didn't have the cravings, but maybe I didn't eat as many brownies and chocolate chip cookies and Oreos and more food overall in general. Maybe you ate less potatoes and steak overall if your goal was weight loss, just because you weren't hungry all the time, just because you got better sleep, just because you went out and did the sunlight. Sunlight's a great way. And then, boom, you got your circadian rhythm back in place. Maybe your sleep's a lot better now. Maybe you go, I know my steps aren't quite there. And I know Brant says, if you're younger, you definitely want to get up to 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. But I should figure out my average. And maybe that's the next habit you instill. And you keep stepping these up. And maybe if you're at 3,000 steps a day and you're not feeling as good as you think you should and you're not losing weight, my suggestion would be to add 2 or 3 or 4,000 steps per day on average. And remember, you don't have to, for that example specifically, as well as a lot of other concepts, if you got 2,000 a day and your goal is 4,000, maybe you just look at the fact that 4,000 times 7 days in a week is 28,000, so maybe your weekly goal is just 28,000. Instead of going, well, I failed because I only hit 2,000. No, tomorrow you can overdo it a little bit and get to 6,000, which will balance out to maybe your 4,000 average. And once you get that one intact, then maybe you do 100 grams of protein a day. Or maybe you're not even there yet. Maybe it's just getting the junk food out of the house. And it's doing these processes, these little tiny minute changes every single day and enacting them every single week. But the thing you don't notice is the fact that they are changes, because it's not something that is changing your lifestyle. Too many people are in the ball game of a finite rule set in this game. This game of losing weight, like, it's not even about weight loss. It's about losing a specific amount of weight to maintain a good health. And so that's why this is we do finite rules. A finite rule for this game would be, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 90 days. Well, what are you going to do for the next 50 years after the 90 days? Because there has to be an infinite game, because you have to play this game. You don't just get to a certain weight or a certain health and stay there. This is a 24-hour-a-day thing. We don't have to focus on it 24 hours a day, but it is enacting. It is happening 24 hours a day. And so finding those little levers to pull, finding those little things that you don't have to think about very much, that you know are going to enhance your health, and then step-stoning all of these all the way up, all these habits after habits after habits. This is why the most successful people seem like, maybe it's genetics, maybe they won the lottery, maybe it's something crazy. They're good health, and a lot of people in good health maybe make more money, but a lot of people who make more money make better choices, and blah, blah, blah. No one came out of the womb being great at taking care of their life. It came from adapting one habit, getting that in place, adapting a new habit, getting that in place, and then all these little habits transition to making health a lot easier. So I hope this helps you get a little healthier. And if you have any questions, please feel free to go to my website, befit.blog. Reach out to us at the medical clinic, Doctors Now. If you go to doctorsnow.com, we have an inquiry form for medical weight loss. I will oversee all of the diet, all of the workout, and we will meet monthly. If you want to be a client, please reach out to me about that. I meet with people in person. I meet with people virtually. But what we're going to do is focus on little changes, and we're going to stay on that process. But the thing is maybe you'll want it to go faster, but you won't care, because it's not interrupting your lifestyle. The reason why people fall off and burn out is because we change our day-to-day too much, and we don't like it. After 7 days, after 30 days, after 180 days, we have to figure out how to get these changes in place to be able to have this for the next 10, 30, and 50 years. And I'm the guy that can help you do that. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see you next time.